afternoon. Thanks for attending the Partner Webcast. I'm Jürgen Kress, part of the Oracle Product Management team. In case you missed one of the webcasts, on-demand recordings are available at Oracle Video Hub. In today's presentation, Neil Kominski, Ed Sauer, and myself will give you an update on how to connect SaaS services and modern data platforms driven by AI. Good morning, Ed.
Morning, Jürgen. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this April installment of our Modern Data Platform PartnerCast. So as most of you know, we do this PartnerCast every second Wednesday of the month, 9 a.m. Pacific. It's a series that we started in last November. And one of the key things we want to share with you is what Oracle Modern Data Platform is and how various components work with each other. And also, as you have saw in last PartnerCast, we focus on how the solution actually applies to financial service industry. We'll continue to do that later on with different industries as well. And also, again, feel free to suggest topics that you might like to see, and we'll continue to expand the topic as we move along. Next slide, please. Now, one of the things I want to highlight today is that a unique aspect of Oracle Modern Data Platform is that many of our customers are running their SaaS applications, and oftentimes the enterprise applications on the same cloud platform that's our Modern Data Platform. What that means is that it's much easier for you to access those critical enterprise data as a part of your Modern Data Platform, enable you to do much better analytics, much faster analytics with lower latencies, and also make sure those data can be easily combined with your other data for your AI and machine learning and other projects you wanted to do. So today, our focus is primarily on how do you take those application data, the metadata, as well as business models as a part of your Modern Data Platform. So with that, let me just hand back to Jürgen and Neil kind of to go through today's session.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ed, and welcome to the webcast. So SaaS services like Oracle HCM, CX, and ERP need to be connected with each other, custom applications, and on-premise applications. Oracle integration provides pre-built adapters for secure, easy, and fast connectivity. You as a partner can leverage them in your projects and customize them, also build your own adapters. So we will introduce the Modern Data Platform and Oracle integration. Neil will do some live demos, and I will wrap up the call with partner resources, how you can become trained and skilled. If you have questions, you can ask them anytime in the Q&A, and we will answer them at the end. Oracle SaaS is the market leader, and you can access and leverage the customer base to position Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Oracle SaaS services has 10,000 of customers and is the market leader in many areas like ERP, HCM, and CX. SaaS services and other data are driving artificial intelligence, which is the new buzzword and is driving a lot of also consulting business for you as a partner. So data is the new oil. We have to find the data, we have to extract the data, we have to refine the data and distribute the data like we do the same with oil. There are different types of data where you need to connect, like ERP connectivity from Oracle, ERP connectivity from third party like SAP, or CX connectivity like Salesforce, or Siebel on premises from Oracle, HCM services like Taleo. But also very important, a lot of data is stored in databases like MySQL, SQL Server, of course, also different Oracle databases. Then you have messaging platforms like Apache Kafka or JMS. And you can connect data via technology like REST or SOAP, or via FTP or file servers. All of that data is connected to our data platform. And then we need to distribute the data. Therefore, the Oracle Data Platform provides app and data integration and data streaming. You can integrate the data, you can transform the data, you can use it for a data lake or for data warehousing. and we refine the data. So we need to change the data, ingest it, integrate it, understand it, use it, and make the data actionable. So the data is the base for our AI technology to understand the data, make use of the data, and make it actionable. All of that is provided in the Oracle integration. Oracle integration is a suite of different functionality. So you can connect and synchronize applications. You can extend and create new applications, like you extend SaaS services with Visual Builder. It's part of Oracle integration. You can build custom-based processes in BPMN, which is a standard for process automation, and you can get real-time insights and business continuity. All of that provides the Oracle integration platform. Oracle integration comes along with many SaaS customers. Like I started the presentation, it's a great opportunity for each SaaS customer which requires connectivity. We have thousands of SaaS customers who all use Oracle integration and are happy customers in production and expanding their integration platforms, which is another service opportunity for you as a partner. Examples include Western Digital of FedEx. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over to Neil to give us more details and show us the solution live.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is now I'm just creating a service request in Fusion ERP. Now I'm going to make this a very, very simple service request. I'll put in here, it is broken and on fire. Okay, so it's really if something is broken. So I'll say which product is broken. I'm going to say, okay, it's one of my fitness things here. So imagine if we have a situation where we're saying, okay, we have service requests in Fusion, and as soon as they're created, they have to be sent downstream to other systems, for example, field service or whatever. So how could we do something like that? Well, first of all, we've got to create this SR. We see here that the SR is a number 285475. We go into OIC, which is Oracle integration. I go in here and I have what's known as a project. And in my project, I have an integration which actually subscribes to that. So let's have a little look and we see observe. And we can see here, let's go instances. Now, okay, and there's the one we just did now. And if we look in here, you will see the integration does very little. It just actually logs the description. And the description here was, yeah, it is broken and on fire. So there we go. So we see we get all of that message in there here. So that's just kind of showing you very easily how succinctly something happens in Fusion and OIC picks that up and does something with it. Now, let's have a quick look and see how it actually does that. Before we go into slides, let's have a little look here and we'll see here what this integration actually does. This integration is using this ERP connection. So connections are very, very important here. And as you can see here, we have connections for many, many different applications. If you look at this one here, here's a connection I created myself because we have what's known as a rapid adapter builder component as well. So if we don't have a connection for your particular app, you can actually create this very, very easily as well. Okay, so that's just one I created here myself. And I'll just give you an example, like Jürgen was talking about SaaS. Here's a particular use case I had from a customer this morning. Reports from the customer has standardized on Snowflake as a data lake and is pushing data in there from many different sources. And the question the customer had this morning was, okay, I need to get the data out of Fusion ERP. I can use BICC for this. That pushes the report of that financial information I require to UCM. And then OIC can pick that up using the OIC ERP adapter. So I can pick up that file. And now the customer is saying to me, the easiest way for me to get that data into Snowflake is via Amazon S3. So it's very, very simple then. We have an Amazon S3 adapter, and we have down here also a Snowflake adapter. So this is making it very, very easily. It's the plumbing between different apps to push data from A to B and C and so on. So that's just giving you an example here. Now let's have a quick look here at what an ERP adapter looks like. And you can see here, when I'm deactivating the integration, I could also deactivate the event subscription. You will see what we mean by that now in a sec. But we go in here now and let's go in and says he, just waiting for this guy. I've just got to cancel that guy there. Yeah. And do this. And we see that this guy here is ready to be edited. And as you can see here, I dropped the ERP adapter as a trigger. And this is the whole idea about OIC and its adapters, making it very, very easy for you to do what you want to do without worrying about how it's getting done. So in this particular case here, I've said I want to subscribe to a new SR, and using this adapter, the ERP adapter wizard knows, okay, which business events do we have in Fusion? Which REST services are available here? And you can see there's the first big list of business events. I've chosen the service request created event, as you've seen, but there are a multitude of other events there. I think there's about 170 of them. So that's a very, very simple way. Something happens in Fusion, and immediately OIC picks that up and can push that data to downstream systems. Now, while we are here, let's drop that adapter as an invoke. So this is a trigger, and you can see what the functionality is available here. Do something, and we go in here and we look, and we can see here, do you want to query, update, or delete information in Fusion? Do you want to import bulk data into Fusion, or do you want to send files to Fusion, etc., etc.? So it really is functionally driven. So you say select the business object or the REST resources here, and then we can go in and we can select the slice we want, which is SCM. And then you see a list of all of the service resources available there. Yeah. So I can go down. Let's go in here, select the business resource. Service, wait there, sorry, excuse me. And I'll do something like service part returns or something like that. And then you can see the different, what do you want to do? Do you want to create it or whatever? And I can just do continue. And you will see in this here, let's go continue. And we can add other subordinate business objects if we require. And then we finish this guy here. Okay, I've chosen academic facilities. Doesn't matter really what one. Just I wanted to show you what this actually looks like then. So you can actually see here. Here on one side, I've got my source, which was the service request that we got in here. And you can see all of the fields are available to me here. And on the other side, I've got academic facilities. Now, this doesn't make sense from a business perspective, but just that you see, you've got your source and you've got your target, and all you got to do is map these things across here. And if you want to do anything a bit more complex, you have here, of course, a rich set of functions that you can actually use here, generating GUIDs, encoding base64, loads of technical stuff that might be required by you, but are, say, putting in date fields, setting dates, etc., etc. Okay, so just to let you see that there's different levels that we can operate on here. We can go in here further. If we go to XSLT, and at the very bottom here, you will see things like the ability to do conditional mapping. If this order is over $1 million, then map the following fields. Otherwise, map different set of fields or whatever. So just showing you how simple this thing is. So now that we've actually seen what OIC is, I just want to go into the slides then. We talked about, okay, you're going to introduce this slide somewhere here. These are the different components of OIC. So think of OIC as your toolkit, and it's going to give you different tools for different jobs. The main tool that everybody uses is the application integration, which is the one I just showed you. Synchronizing SaaS with, for example, Snowflake, or synchronizing your HCM with your payroll or whatever, or implementing an onboarding process in HCM that includes updating data or pushing a new employee to a benefits program, to payroll, to whatever. So that's the typical, application integration component. Jürgen also mentioned the visual builder for extend and create. So as you know, Oracle SaaS has a lot of rich functionality, but some customers say it's missing just that little bit of functionality that I need from a business perspective. Using Visual Builder, you can create native mobile and web apps very easily. It's a low-code environment, and you can use Fusion templates. So the results that you get, the pages that you create, can be easily inserted into your Fusion apps. So for the Fusion ERP user, for example, it looks like a Fusion page, it reacts like a Fusion page, but it's actually a Visual Builder page running in OIC. So again, this is very useful for extending Fusion ERP or any Fusion apps or any apps or creating net new apps. So if you have a need for a mashup for your sales folks, a bit of information from ERP, a bit of information from CRM, and they want that as a mobile app, a native mobile app, you can easily create that with Visual Builder using the application integration component of OIC to pull in the required data from ERP and from the CRM. Jürgen also mentioned process automation, which is human-centric workflows. So there are occasions like most integrations, application integrations, they're machine to machine, app to app, or whatever. But there are occasions where human beings are involved. For example, a large order has to be approved before it's sent from Shopify to NetSuite, for example, from your web shop to your ERP. So these are the sort of things you can do with process automation. Now, process automation, human approvals is a very, very simple example, but you can implement very complex business process requirements with our offering with our process automation offering. It also includes decisions, which is a rules engine. And it is, of course, integrated out of the box with the application integration. So again, you could have a human approval for a new order. And once that order has been approved, this component here, the process automation, can invoke the application integration component to push that new order to Fusion ERP, for example. Now, monitoring and management. So we come with comprehensive monitoring and management capabilities within OIC itself. We also provide you with insight into, business line of business users as well. For example, if I'm processing orders, what are my top products being ordered in the last hour, et cetera, et cetera. So all of this insight is available via OCI logging analytics. So OIC is a native OCI service and works together with other OCI services such as OCI logging analytics, but also OCI AI services. So within application integration, we have examples of intelligent document routing, using our document understanding component in our AI service portfolio. So it really is you're not getting a component set here, but this component set or toolkit is also part of the larger OCI services family. Pre-builts, yes, we come with a full set, our big set of recipes, which are out of the box best practice integration implementations for certain use cases. For example, syncing your product inventory between your ERP and your front-end shop for a case where you're using NetSuite as your ERP and Shopify as your front-end shop, for example. So with these recipes, you can actually just point them to your, for example, Shopify and your NetSuite, and this will work. But of course, you can edit that recipe because you might want to map custom fields or whatever, or you might want to change the business logic in some way. Business accelerators are also available, which are more black box solutions. Many customers are looking for that. They say, I don't want the platform. I don't want just the platform. What I really would like is just the solution as well. So we implement that via our recipes and accelerators. So this is another picture of this here. So again, we see the different core capabilities, the application integration. The ones that we haven't discussed are, for example, our file server. So OIC comes with an SFTP conform file server, which you can use as your, for file-based data integrations, which with ERP and HCM, you do have quite a few of those. So you have this out of the box, inbox, outbox for your files within OIC itself. We also have a healthcare component. Now, the healthcare component is specifically for the healthcare industry where we're talking about document standards such as HL7 and FHIR, which is FHIR. So if you have customers, and there are use cases, of course, between healthcare and ERP. For example, if you have paying customers for operations, you will have to have the clinical data and you'll have to have a sync with for example, that customer, or sorry, that patient as customer in the ERP, so you can do the required billing and so on. We also have a B2B component, which allows you, that gives you the opportunity to define trading partners, which companies am I going to be exchanging electronic documents with? The standards that we support are EDI, Edifact X12, UN, etc., Rosetta Net, different file formats, custom file formats, etc., etc. And the whole idea with the B2B, it acts as a pre-processor for your integrations. So if I'm getting orders in, for example, from Walmart, I can immediately check, okay, is Walmart a valid trading partner for me? Are they sending me the right documents? Are they sending them in the right format, et cetera, et cetera? And once this pre-processing has been completed successfully, then the order is actually processed. So the other components we've met, and of course, just going back again here, we are just one of 100 plus OCI cloud services. Now, as OIC product manager, I think we're the best service, of course, but just to let you know that you're not just getting a toolkit, you're getting a toolkit within a mega toolkit here. Okay. The application integration. So let's go in and look at the tool itself for that. So we've gone through the basics. Now, when you go into the homepage of OIC, you will see here, you get some top level information. How many messages have we processed here? So I've done 3 million in the last couple of weeks or whatever. And then you see here all of these business accelerators and recipes. And of course, you can search for them based on specific apps. I'm interested in NetSuite. Which recipes do you have for a NetSuite? And then I see all of these. And if one of them is interesting for me, I can just install it, point it to my NetSuite and whatever other targets I need to, and that'll work. Okay. So we will look here and you can see here, here's the basis where you're creating your integrations. Now, integrations can be created here. You have, of course, before you create your integrations, you could create your connections to the target apps. And as I say, we have a rich set of connectivity here. So what's very, very important here is to see that, okay, we are running on OCI, but we know that our customers are multi-cloud. So we've got Amazon adapters, we've got Azure adapters, we've got Google public cloud adapters all ready and waiting for you to use them there, And as I say, if you have some app that you need to connect to and we don't have the adapter, then you can use our rapid adapter builder to declaratively create your own adapter for REST-based services. Okay. So we also have what are known as business events within OIC itself. So this is a way to implement pub/sub within OIC. So loosely coupled in, integrations, for example. Now, like we can go in here, like you see this one here, I've got this new SR. So I could actually publish to that event. Once, I subscribe to the new SR from Fusion, and then I could publish that event, and then I could have another integration that actually subscribes to that event, of course. We have lookups and things like that there, but let's go back to our main menu here. You see, there's our B2B component, and then this is where you define your trading partners. You can see them here. I've got two of them here. And within there, you define the agreement. Which documents can this trading partner send to me? That's the inbound agreements. And which documents can I send to that trading partner? So you're strictly controlling who can send you these documents. And of course, then there are B2B identifiers that are checked as well. So I make sure, okay, which channel is that document coming in on? Is it coming in on FTP? Is it coming in on AS2? Is there a valid trading partner involved? These values will be checked. And then is there an agreement for this document that has been sent? And this 850, for example, is a process order. So that's just going to give you an overview of what we have there within the B2B. Within healthcare is very similar, but here you will see we're dealing with HL7 documents. So these are all cryptic here, but like if you have that, if you hear those buzzwords in your customer, okay, I need to integrate with healthcare or clinical, and if the formats HL7 or FHIR, FHIR come up, we have this component that'll take care of those for you. There's the visual builder. So within visual builder, as I say, we're talking about this for creating net new apps or creating your extensions to Fusion. This is a very, very simple tool to use. Like we can actually go in here, just go in and create a very simple one that you see how easy it is. And I say test, and I can see here, and I want to change the template. And I'd say, okay, let me go in with the, I'll just start with that template. Why not? And let's go in here. So the idea here within Visual Builder is that you have data and you want to do something with that data. So it's data driven, and that data could be coming from ERP, or it could be being entered by somebody and then being pushed into ERP. So within something like that, what you do is you go in and you create a business object. So we'll just show you this. Now we call it order. And then we do order is a result. Oh, say order is a result. So we say my orders. That should be okay. My orders should be okay. Yeah. So let's have a quick look at this. And we see here, we actually go in there and we can define fields. So as I say, like this could be imported from, say, this business object could be based on something in Fusion, or as I'm doing here, it could be just something that you actually create yourself. So I'll just do two fields. Let's go in here and do here, customer, customer. Okay, and I do one more field just so we have something in there, product, that it seems somewhat believable. Okay, so we have those guys there. So there's my business object. That's very simple, yeah? And again, I just wanted to show you, if you want to there, you can pull those business objects in from somewhere else via the services. So like you could have a service connection to OIC to pull those values in from Fusion, for example. Now I'm going to go in and create an app. So I just say create a web app. We call the web app TEMP or test order app. Okay. Then you can see here you've got different signs of navigation style or whatever, you know. So I just go up here on this, and then I come into my page designer. Now this is JavaScript based under the hood, but I said it was low code, so you can do an awful lot of things yourself just by dragging and dropping stuff. So I just go in here now, and I'm looking here for, let's go in and drop in a table. So I drop in a table. So, and I just add data to the table. So I go into the table and I say the source of my data is my order, and I do next. And I say, which fields do I want? You see these other fields have been added. The metadata fields have been added as I created this guy, and I just do finish. Okay, so I have that guy created. Next thing to do is I add an edit page. And I say which values I want to be able to order, added, customer, and product. And I do finish. And then I go in here. I want to add the delete action. Okay, and I do that, and I do finish. Okay. So now I can go in here and I can click on this guy and I can say, you know, I can call it my orders app. And then of course you see that thing changes. And I can go in here and I can just do this test. So you can see here, you can be very productive very, very quickly with this. Like I'm only doing this a few minutes, and then you can see here, oh, I forgot to put in the create button here as well. So, but let me go back there. So let's go back into this guy here, which is here. And I I only did the edit. Sorry, excuse me. Let me go in here. And this is just the sort of thing which you can do very, very easily. Is just go in and let me go in here, cancel. And I just get rid of this guy here. Or let me go test order app. Yeah, here we go. And I just delete that guy. It's just easier than going in and changing everything. And I just go in here and create another app. Let's go in and create another app. Sorry, excuse me. It says here we go. There's a web app. So thing, application name is test order app. Okay, create. But this time I got to do it a bit slower. I'm so used to doing these things that it just sometimes happens too quickly, these things. So let's go in here and look for that, which is now just looking for the table control. There it is, our table. Drag that across. Then we go add data, business object, next. And it's going to be customer order number product. Or say yes, customer order number product, next. And then we do finish. Then I say add create page. So in the create page, I'm going to have the customer, I say the order number, the customer, and the product. And then we do finish. And then we do edit page. And we do say we want to make it that you can only edit, put into 3 fields. And of course, you could make these read only or whatever you wanted there. And I can add a delete action there on that guy, which is just finished there. So now I've done this properly. So let's go in here and try this guy again. And this is just a simple example. And then you can see here, create my order. So I click on create order and I put in order number 2112, and the customer is Neil C, and the product is iBike. Okay, and I just do save here. And you see this customer here. So like I can actually go in there, I can edit my order, and I say, okay, the product is an iBike saddle, SADDLA saddle, and then save that guy, and so. Can click on that and I can delete my order and it's gone. So very, very simple example of working with a Visual Builder. So like this is something that it's one of the tools within OIC, and it's a tool that, is there for you to use. Unfortunately, most people essentially stick with the application integration, but it's good to see exactly what's available to you there. And as I say, in respect of Fusion, this is excellent if you need to extend Fusion in any way. So going back into the integration here, you will see we've looked at that guy. We can look here at process, that you have a quick look, that you see what we're talking about here. With process, mentioned again, is human-centric workflows. So when you actually see here, just go in and have a quick look at one of these guys here. Let's look at a process, and it's the order approval process. You will see here it's the typical BPMN style where you've got the swim lanes, different roles. So the customer sales rep can start the event. The approver can do everything in this flow. The manager does the stuff over here. Yeah. So anything that's green is a human task. And as you say, you've got your other activities here that you can use to build your flow here. Now, again, this is very, very useful if you've got data management requirements where you say human beings do have to be involved. Like the simplest example is, okay, large orders have to be approved before they're written to ERP, for example. They have to be approved by a sales manager or whoever. Or maybe checking for export, if it's a foreign customer, can we export to that particular country or whatever. So these are the sort of things that are available to us here. Okay, so that's that guy there. Yeah, so you can see here as well, we talked about the rules engine. The rules engine is available to us here. So decisions are very, very useful if you want to have an opportunity to to have a way of implementing business rules without actually coding. And of course, business folks then could go in and change values in these decision tables. For example, I could have a decision table about, discounts being applied to orders for particular times of the year and whatever discount percentages we have. And all of this can be defined using these decision tables. And then, of course, then business users could go in and change those values. So instead of a 10% discount, we're given a 20% discount or whatever there. Okay. So let's get back here. So we've looked at a couple of the components there. Now, I just want to finish off here on the demonstration part with the database adapter because Oracle databases are great. And I've got an Oracle database running on my laptop here. You can see here, I've got an orders table. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry, I've got a little person who comes in quite a bit to me here. So here we go. So I've got select star from orders. See my orders table here. Now imagine I wanted to integrate with that. So listen, go in and we have let's go back to our project here. And we're going to write to the database. So I go in here and you will see here, I've already got an integration that does that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create this from scratch. So let's go in here and let's create, you see I've got the database connection here. Let's edit this database connection. You can see it there. This is how we connect to the database. You can see here, localhost, blah, 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 Oracle. And it's using what's known as a connectivity agent. So this is a lightweight Java agent that's actually running on my laptop where the database is. And this polls OIC for requests and then executes those requests. For example, that could be writing to the database. It could be getting data from eBusiness Suite or Siebel or whatever on-premise app I'm in contact with there. So we're going to use this database connection here. So let's go in and let's create. First of all, I just want to get from the finished product here. Let's just get the payload that you actually see how this is done. So let me go in here. Just saves me actually writing the JSON structure here. Yeah, so I just want this sample. Okay, let me get that. Control C. Okay, so now we've been told we need to create an API to allow mobile app developers to actually push orders to a database. So the mobile app will take the order and then it's going to call an OIC API to actually do that work for us. So we'll go in here, we say, we're going to create an application. We say, create DB order. So now you can see here, I'm going in here and I'm going to use a REST trigger that I've already defined as a connection, create DB order service, for example. And then I could have multiple verbs here, but I'm going to just go with post. And I'm just going to put in here /order. And I'm going to add a request payload and a response payload. So go in here. Let's do this. So the request payload is going to be of type JSON. And you see here inline. And I do Control V. And I do continue. I now go continue on here. And I go in here. Again, this is the response I'm configuring this time. Drop it in here. Do this, Control V. And I say, okay, order number 1. And I'll just say STATUS, status. And we give it a status success, SUCCESS. So this is just a sample response. Error suspense. And let's go there. So that's that guy. And continue and so on. So now I've defined the contract for the mobile developer. She has to send me this request format, and I'll send her back the response in the format that I've defined there. Yeah. So that's it. Now we come in here, and I need to drop in the database adapter. So I've got my database connection here. I just drag and drop it across here. And now the wizard starts off. It's going to connect to the database, and I say create order row. Okay, and I say what I want to do, invoke a store procedure, run an SQL statement, perform an operation on a table. That's what I want to do. And it's going to be, do insert or update. Yeah, so I'll do a merge on that. So I go in here and I say the schema. So I choose my schema, which is that guy there. I'll choose my table, which I say is orders. And I search for that. Hopefully it'll find the orders table. Yeah, there's the orders table. I do this, click, Ruber, and I do import tables. Now it's okay, yeah, so I can't do a merge. So that's good. So all I could do is go back and I'd say, okay, in this case, because I haven't defined a primary key on that table, I can only do this. So I go back in here and do NI. But you see, you've got access to all of the schemas that you should have access to. Orders. Let's go there. Let's search. We find that guy there. Click off, continue. Sorry, go back. Sorry, it's just the screen is so small for me here. Just wait there. Insert. Yes, continue. And table this now. There it is there. Search. And here, orders over. And now when I go down here, you can see I have to import the tables. So it's just importing the tables. And here I can specify, for me, the primary key is the order number. But that's the final step we have to do there, and I do continue. So now I've created that guy there. Okay, and I finish. So all I need to do is map the fields here. So let's go in and let's do the mapping. So the mapping is very simple. In this case, you see the source on the left-hand side, the target on the right-hand side. I expand the source, I expand the target. There, the fields, the REST payload that comes in here. Here's the database table. So I do 1 to 1. I do customer name goes to customer name. I do product name goes to product name. I do order total goes to order total. But now what am I going to do for order date? Oh, let's go in here. Let's look here. We see I have a date and we say here current date and I just do that. Okay. So that's that guy done. Okay. And I do validate. Now there is a tester here that I could actually try out, but I say it's so banal. I'm not going to even bother with that. And I know that time is of the essence here. So we've got that guy then. Now we just have to send back here, for example, the success. So this is the return value here. You can see this is the response, and I say it's the order number. Order number goes to order number, and then for status, I'm just going to hard code here success for this little example that we're doing. So do here SUCCESS success, and habemus luce. Okay, and that is gone. Now I've just set a tracking field, and the tracking field is, we're talking about observability at the start. This is a tracking field that could be used for example, for tracking, customers. How many orders are we getting for a particular customer? Or what's the top product being ordered in the last hour? So with these business fields in OCI objects, logging analytics, we can create dashboards that give us that sort of insight, so to speak. Now there's my thing finished. Now, it took a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes to create that, and then I can actually go in and activate it. As you can see here, I have different levels of tracing for this. We leave this as debug to begin with. So I go in and I just do a thing on that there. Let's go. And this guy is active. This is the exact same as this guy here. So I'll just run this guy here. So because I have the payload all here, and there it is there, 2113. We'll see is this. We do run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to the database and let's look for order. We haven't got order 2113 there at the moment. Okay, let's go in and select start from orders, and there's 2113. Let's go in and do 2114 or 2112, which is the album from Rush, which probably nobody remembers. Let's go in here and let's do this one. And now we see we've got 10 rows, and there's 2112. So just showing you how easy these things are. Now, of course, in real life projects, we're going to have quite a bit more business logic doing something like this. And I appreciate that. But it still is very, very easy because OIC, if we look in here at the design canvas, it has a load of widgets that you can use to build up the logic here. For example, switch is for if else, defining branches, parallel processing, loop processing for each order line in a fusion order, do certain processing and so on. And of course, you can have integrations calling other integrations. We have support for, or we will have support soon for robotic process automation as well, having software robots contacting apps that don't have rich APIs that we can actually leverage. We've also got out-of-the-box native integration with OCI functions, OCI object storage, and we're expanding that with every release. But net is you can create very simple or very complex integrations with this tool. And as I say, the focus is for users of this is on what you want to do and not how to do it.
It's impressive to see how fast you can connect data. You can change the data, and you can make the data actionable, and you can also use that data to run any kind of AI services or digital assistant. How can you get started? How can we support you as a partner? So first of all, if you would like to try Oracle integration, it's a part of the free trial for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So you can activate your free trial for up to 30 days, and consume the cloud credits also for Oracle integration. If you build a trial, please make use of the documentation. As part of the documentation, there are some live labs which helps you to build a proof of concept. To become trained and certified, we offer the free online certification for the sales specialist and the solution engineer specialist. Those are online guided learning passes, including free certification. And additional, you can take the application integration professional. Therefore, you can use your Oracle Partner Network vouchers. We offer for partners a free hands-on bootcamp, which is a 3-day workshop, and any consultant or integration expert can attend with the goal that you can build your own demo after the training and that you become a certified expert. Those trainings are live virtual classes, and the next month take place in Asia, US, EMEA, and Brazil. For details, please see our community website or the resource page, which I posted in the chat. We offer a monthly newsletter for community members, so please register for the community to receive the newsletter with all the information, including upcoming trainings, technical articles, new features. We run a monthly community webcast with some product news, and it's all available free of charge. You can look up the latest one at bit.ly/parsnews March 2024. As a community member, you get also access to our website. At the website, you can find all the information from the newsletter, the training, the webcasts, but also a Slack channel that we run to support you as a partner ad hoc, the documentation, all the webcasts that we run, and also all the customer presentations in PowerPoint format. Today's session is live. We are recording the webcast. It will be available via the PartnerCast website, and it's also available at Oracle Video Hub. With that, I would like to summarize it. So if you're not yet a member, please make sure that you register for the partner communities to get access also to the partner community website. We have an integration website and the blog available for you where you find the latest product informations. Make use of the free trial and the documentation with the live labs to build a proof of concept, and please attend one of our hands-on trainings, including the certification. Neil, there are a couple of questions regarding the product. So there was one question regarding Visual Builder. You can use Visual Builder to update data in the cloud and save that data?
Yeah, we can update data anywhere. So like I just did that example with the database on premise, but it works the same way or relatively the same way for ATP, ADW. Microsoft SQL Server on premise, running in Azure or wherever.
Okay. Then there is a question if Oracle Generation 3 is available and where to find the documentation for endpoints.
The custom endpoints functionality, which has been released in April. So it's been released this month. So the documentation will be updated accordingly. It may already be updated. So if you go to docs.oracle.com, you will see on the first page there, integration as a link. Click on that link and then just check there for the documentation.
That's wonderful from the timing. Ed, there is a question where to find the webcast series. Maybe you would like to also update everybody on the link.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you registered, there should be an email coming to you after this webinar, and that will give you places to download the recording as well as to the same page for you to register for future webinar. So just for everyone, once again, thank you for joining this session. As you can see in this series, we just complete a session on SaaS and application integration with modern data platform. Once again, thank you, Jürgen and Neil, for great presentations and demonstrations. And next month in May, we are going to have a session on analytics, primarily OAC and Fusion Data Platform, along with modern data platform, how those data get exchanged and work with each other. Now, the next session, we currently plan for healthcare in June. One of the things I might do is to replace that with a session on our FY25 start at the beginning of June. So my thought is to give you a quick update in terms of what our focus are in terms of sales play for FY25. So that's one of the changes I may make for our June session. So once again, if you can actually scan this QR code. Again, that will take you to the page of this whole series, and then you will be able to register for all the upcoming activities, as well as getting recordings from our previous sessions and PowerPoint as well.
So if you have further questions, you can reach out. So big thanks to Ed and Neil for the great presentation and wonderful demos. You can find us on social media and LinkedIn, and please feel free to contact us there. For integration, we have the integration resources available for customers and partners. So on the partner side, make sure that you register for the community to get access to the website. Please attend the free hands-on bootcamp and visit our blog. Neil is writing a very nice blog, and I publish our own blog with the information for partners. We run a Slack channel where we support you as a partner, and you can get all the sales kits, including customer presentations in PowerPoint format at Sales Accelerator. So thank you for attending the webcast, and please complete the online survey. Once you finish the webinar, you will receive the email also with the link to the presentation and the survey.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye now.